Hey everybody, this is Get Auto. Today we're gonna see how to replace a tire pressure sensor. The tire pressure sensor is very expensive. If you go into dealer, each one is gonna cost you about $200 labor and part. And if you go to independent shop, if you buy the sensor yourself, have them installed, may cost to average, $75 to $100 each. But if you do it yourself, it would be more cheaper, which is gonna cost you maybe $25 or $30 per tire. That's like a lot of saving. So from last video we have seen how to check which tire sensor is bad. So once you figure out that, and then we have seen how to reset the sensor, so we know which sensor is bad. So once we know which sensor is bad, so we have seen how to get the sensor which fits your car. Once you order from Amazon, eBay, or any other place or dealer, once you get the sensor, I will show you how to replace the sensor itself. That requires a lot of work. You have to be handyman or have a little experience how to replace stuff. So the first thing you have to do is, once you figure out which one is, put a jack on it. And this method, you don't have to remove the wheels, you don't have to take it to tire shop or anything. All you have to do is just jack up, make it free the wheels, and release the air, and then find this tool which I'm showing you. This will help you to break the beads. So to get to the sensor, we have to break the bead. We don't have to remove the tire from the wheels, but break the bead and push it inside. And then once you get access to the sensor, you can easily remove the sensor and replace it, and then reset it later on. So you need to buy this tool, which is, I got it like $50 on Amazon. So you just have to know how to use it. It's be high tension, and then you don't want to damage the wheels, the tires, or it's not gonna fly away. So you have to be experienced how to use this tool. Be careful. So once you do that, you secure it in place and then put them on there. This is opposite side of sensor, so you don't damage the sensor. You have to be away opposite side to the sensor. And then start screwing in. So you see at the tip, every time you screw this, it's gonna push it to break the bead to the inside. It's gonna pop it open. So you have to find that right place between not damaging the wheels or not pushing the tire or tearing it apart and not a messy panel. So you have to just release it a little bit, tighten a little bit. You gotta figure out. So you have to be a handyman to know how to operate these things. But it's a do-it-yourself. I'll show you. It will take me maybe 10 minutes to get this out and replace it. So once you get that, you can use a tool or handy tool, or it could be fast if you use this kind of impact or electrical tools. So slowly you push it, and then you see this was already detached. You're trying to break the bead. It's pushing enough. So you release it. The reason I release it, I don't want to scratch the wheels or damage the tires. So I have to find that sweet spot where exactly pushing it to the bead to break the bead. So I spray some lubricant, will help me, easy installation. So you don't put too much oil or heavy oil. You have to put some soapy water. If it's not available, will evaporate and dry up, and then it's not gonna be slippery on the bead and the rims. They have to have a good contact. You don't use heavy oil or grease or anything in this here. So I use in some penetrating oil. After a while it's gonna evaporate, and then it's not gonna leave any residue of oil. And then finally, when I install it, I have a good contact with the rims and the bead. So yeah, I put it back in and out to have it that penetrating oil go through every one of them, and then you use it around, and then finally I just break it loose. So the whole bead is broken. So you need two woods. I'm using 2x4. Just stick it between the two to push it, and then to get access. This is the sensor and the stem valve you see here. So those two parts are connected with a 15mm Torx screw. So to get that, you have to push it wide. And then I'm using my electrical tool. I'm using number 15 Torx wrench to get the screw out. So I'll be careful not to throw that Torx inside. So I have to break the tire out or find that screw if I lose it. So slowly unscrew it, the sensor from the stem valve. And once it get out, I don't want to get them all the way out, so I get those disconnected from the stem valve and slowly, push it outward, play with it, and then remove the sensor. The sensor here is the sensor. This is a bad sensor. The car never been replaced before, so it's like 6 years old car. So that sensor battery already bad. It's gonna be, the battery don't have that lifelong 5, 6, 7 years maximum, so it's gone. So the next thing I do is, while spinning the stem valve with the tool, the stem valve tool, I'm gonna use a razor blade to cut it, the piece of rubber around it, so that way when I pull it out it'll be easier. So you can easily pull it by hand, or if you need to use a good force, a lever, you can put a wood between the two and then push it inward, so that stem valve easily come out. That's it. So you already remove a stem valve within short time. The next thing you have to do is clean around the bead, because they have a good contact, a clean surface. Use a brake cleaner or any other solvent, and then clean this bead around it, and then just put a little lubricant on the rubber on the stem valve when installing to make it easy install. It's not gonna be sticking or tear it apart. So slowly slide it down and see the perfect facing. You're not twisting your tire. It's gone sitting flat. The sensor sitting flat. And put that tire installer, and then you can use the same wood to pull in inside to get to inside the groove. So I'm using this 2x4 and slowly pull it. So you see that's sitting right, perfectly fit. This brand new sensor it's already replaced. Now the next thing is just take off the two woods and then inflate the tire. So that's the next step I have to do. Make sure nothing is remaining around the rims and edge. You have to make it clean all around. Put it by hand, and put a little lubricant to make it easy. It's not gonna stick or force it too much, so that way it's assist on sliding and coming the rim sitting on the right place. So remove the stem valve from inside. That will help you to put a lot of air at the same time, so to sit the beads back in the rim. So you need a good air, so you have to have a compressor or a good pressure air hose. Or you can take the wheel off and then take it to the gas station or any tire inflation place and have them disinflated for you, and then install it later on. If you have a compressor at home, that'd be easy. Put maximum pressure and then just put some more air. Here you go, it's popping, sitting back. Check all around it, put the stem valve and check the tire pressure. So you put the stem valve, you need the stem valve remover same time, and installer. So that's for the stem valve, the inside. So that's another tool you need. Once you put that, the next thing, you just check the tire pressure. So set up the tire pressure. Remember, we talk about cold tire pressure, not hot. So this car not be driven this morning, it was cold, so I'm setting my cold tire pressure to 35. That's what's recommended by the manufacturer. Setting that pressure. Once I set the pressure, I'm gonna put some soapy water. Just spray all around the rims and see if there's any leak bubble coming out of it. So all around the rim. And also I'm gonna put some soapy water around the stem valve. I install the stem valve and then the stem itself around the valve, and see if there's any leak around it. So make sure you do that. It could be see a leak, if not. So I did all that, all done. So I'm going back to gas station and show you how to check the tire pressure. So go and inflate the tire all around, all 4 tires. I replaced 2 sensors here. I didn't show you the other one. It's the same manner, it's the same way. So all 2 sensors replaced on this car. I drove it to the next gas station. So I set up the pressure, like you see, some of 33, some of 38, some of 35. So variety. I want it to be perfectly right, so I have to deflate it a little bit and then inflate some of them to 35 high, and the one is 38, I have to pull them down to 35. Here you go, all around 35, 35, 35. Everything is fine, there's no leak, sensor replaced, and then boom, voila. Thanks for watching this Get Auto. Please come and see more video.